In 1995, we were introduced to a board game that was a fully immersive experience. The board game didn't suck the players into the game because it created a brand new reality for the players to actually get through each stage as their pieces moved across the board. And in order for the players to get back to their reality, they had to complete all the stages of the game or they would be lost in Jumanji forever. Does Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle live up to the original film, or is this sequel better left on the shelf? Let's dive in and take a look in this review. At the very beginning of the film, it opens by showing us the actual board game, the original game that we saw back in the original with Robin Williams. From there, the movie shows us how the game evolves to become more modern so that it's always going to be a valuable presence around people who are interested in games. And from there, this story is off and running. And it's so well written that while some of the situations seem completely impossible and implausible, it still makes sense because it's a video game. I was actually very pleasantly surprised at the attention to detail that went into this story to make this movie literally feel like I was watching somebody play a video game. You can go online right now to a Twitch channel and watch someone play a game right there and kind of talk back and forth with them. And that's kind of what this movie felt like. Everything was so thought out and it was so delightful to see the attention to detail, coming up to everything from characters in the game who couldn't do or say anything that was outside of their programming because they were simply there to move the plot along, to how the characters revive after dying, how the characters use their special abilities to complete challenges and levels, and even some of the obstacles or challenges that are present in the game felt like that would be the progression of an actual game, and it all just worked, and I was incredibly happy with the story. Because just like a video game, the premise of this movie is they have to get through each of the levels without losing all three of their lives. And I just was so delighted with this film. I actually walked out of the theater enjoying it much more than I thought I was when I initially walked in. Each of the characters in this film were so different and so unique that they really played well off of each other, and the on-screen chemistry was just enjoyable. The teenagers who played their characters, the adults who played their characters, everybody worked so well, and while they weren't really giving an Oscar-worthy performance, they really weren't supposed to either. This movie felt like it was designed to be fun, and I believe that they delivered on action, adventure, and a little bit of fantasy with the board game aspect, and they did it in a very positive way. And just because I don't think I've said enough positive things about this film yet, let's not forget about the comedy that happens on screen, specifically with Jack Black and Kevin Hart. These two guys delivered their roles so dynamically, I laughed more than I thought I would. It was very unexpected, but a very positive experience, because watching them actually try and figure out who they are in these new avatar bodies versus what they were in real life was just sheer comedy from beginning to end once they're in Jumanji, and I was eating it up and just laughing almost the entire time. Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle is playing at your local movie theater right now, and I am definitely recommending a big screen viewing of this film. As I stated on the Facebook Live show from Saturday, I do want to give a word of caution to parents with small children or younger children. If they haven't seen the movie Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, because that might be too scary, there's one character in this film that kind of falls in that vein of scary darkness, and that's the main villain. Because the main villain does control the animals and the insects on the island, and at certain points, he has like millipedes and centipedes crawling in and out of his face. A scorpion comes out of his mouth at one point. It gets very gross, and it might scare your kids if you have little ones. If your kids have seen Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom and they were a-okay with that and they didn't get nightmares, by all means, take your family to see this movie because it is a very good time in the theater. Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle is playing at your local movie theater right now, and I truly do hope that you guys enjoy your time in the movie as much as I enjoyed my time in the movie. And I'm actually excited to see this film a second time, and because of that, this movie is getting both high fives from this guy. Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle is playing at your local movie theater right now. Check it out.